Let's try again. Right, cool. So, right, we're effectively we're advertising. We're effectively an advertising startup, and my name's Abeed. I've got 20 years of experience in the advertising industry, and here's essentially the key problem that we face right now in the industry. This is the world's largest advertiser. P&G spends about $7 billion on media. He's talking about trying to cut out $2 billion of wastage in agency costs and costs to intermediaries. And currently the ecosystem that we live in is pretty murky and opaque at best. And it's effectively time that we need to now try and clean this up. So I don't know how many of you have seen this before. This is what's called a Lumascape. It's pretty much out of date the day it's printed. But this is essentially the ecosystems that currently exists. And this is part of the problem. There are multiple players between the marketer and the dollar, and effectively that dollar being seen by the consumer. The size of the opportunity that we're trying to address is a $229 billion marketplace. And there are huge amounts of money that are lost in fraud, inefficiencies, and time and wastage. So, how are we going to do it? So here are some of the challenges. So you've got agencies. There are a lot, especially in the UK and all over the world, there are essentially lots of intermediaries that are taking a lot of money through that chain. So it's about 60% of wastage between an ad being bought or money being spent, a dollar being spent by an advertiser, and that dollar actually arriving at the publisher. The other part is publishers. Effectively, there's a huge amount of fraudulent traffic out there. People have talked about bot traffic, frauds, clickbots. This is essentially one of the key challenges that publishers are facing and the industry is facing as well. Brand safety. This is a really critical issue, and effectively we're looking to try and solve this problem in brand safety. So this is ads appearing against content that's not relevant and not right. So what's the biggest problem is essentially publishers and the right publishers that have good traffic effectively struggle to prove their value in the chain. So what we've built is a blockchain platform that effectively sets out to simplify the entire supply chain. So we're effectively bringing smart contracts into the platform and then tackling the big data scalability issues that operate within the ecosystem. For those of you that don't know, there are billions and billions of rows of data and billions of bid requests every second that effectively that we have to deal with within an ecosystem like this. So our platform is essentially going to deal with a lot of that and deal with a lot of the real-time settlement, which solves a huge problem for publishers who are effectively having to wait 30, 60, 90 days to get paid. What's happening there? Okay, there you go, perfect. So what we've done, we've basically built our MVP. So we raised some money, we built an MVP, and our MVP is essentially it's live, it's ready to go. We've built a channel layer, which essentially will enable us to integrate a number of the existing players into the marketplace. And it's been effectively tested to run pilots, and we're looking to run some pilots at around the end of Q2. There are 3 parts to our product suite. There's an integration layer, which is where we're going to effectively integrate all the existing players into the marketplace. So there aren't really any losers in this platform. You're only a loser here if you're effectively operating with bad practices. So we're effectively going to integrate DSPs, DMPs, that's bidding technology, data management platforms, brand safety vendors, all into our channel layer. We've got a reporting layer, which essentially gives you real-time access to campaign data, and then we're effectively bringing smart contracts in to deal with the settlement issues. We've built a team, built a rockstar team. We've got a great bunch of advisors. So Tim Brown, who effectively has sold 3 startups, and been involved in pretty much every wave of inflection in the industry. Paul Frampton, who's the ex-CEO of Havas Media. So we've got a good team. We're going to extend that team over the course of the next 6 to 12 months. We've raised, as I said, we've raised a pre-ICO of 1.5, and we're looking to now raise our next round at 17.5. We've got the team here, Igor over there, the CEO, sorry, not CEO, the founder, and Shalene, who's our VP of Business Development. We've got more information if you need it, but effectively, we're ready to go and ready to change the industry.